Hello. Welcome to Money Magic. We are live inside of the group for the 2003 Money Magic Masterclass Day 1, Day Uno. If you're here, say hello. Let me know you're tuning in. I'm gonna let the algorithm do its thing for a few more seconds, a few more moments, let people join. I'm so honored to be here with you today and to be able to share these codes, this vibration about money. Last year, almost this time last year, I held the very first Money Magic workshop, and this puppy is my baby. This body of work has changed so many lives. Many of you were in the first masterclass and you experienced the results for yourself, the shifts, the financial opportunities and abundance and transmutations that occurred from connecting with your dragon. And last year, I did not intend for there to be such a theme around the dragon when I entered Money Magic. That was not my intention. However, that became the prevalent theme, this blue money dragon, and people started seeing it everywhere in their day-to-day lives, and money was coming in random places. Invoices were being cleared, pure magic. And this is my intention for this masterclass for Money Magic, is to help you connect to this space of bliss, of ease, of confidence, of trust, of surrender, of desire, of delicious anticipation around money. It's supposed to feel good. You're supposed to be creating towards expansion, towards this delicious blissfulness. And this is going to be the calibration, shifting the way that you think, feel, behave around your money. So welcome, everybody. It is my intention to reconnect you to your dragon, to reconnect you to this vibration of playfulness with your money. And I'll explain a little bit more for those of you who weren't part of the last year's masterclass why play is such a big part of this theme and this relationship with money that we're going to be working with. So if you're tuning in, what I would like to know before we get started is if you can let me know in the comments why you're here, or what is your intention, or what is your desire. Give me a word or a couple words or a sentence if you feel compelled to write that. What are you hoping to shift with money? Are you hoping to receive, earn more, receive more? Are you hoping to keep more money around in your life? Maybe you're earning money, but it just seems to fall away like liquid, like a leaky bucket. Or perhaps you're looking for overflows. Maybe all of the above. Let me know what your intention is. Calibrate to money and fun. Hello from New York. Welcome, welcome from Perth, Istanbul. Love it. All corners of Mexico. Beautiful. Now, before we kick off and before I forget, I will be doing some giveaways again for this workshop, just like last time. But I'm very excited about these giveaways because they're very quirky and very unique. For those of you who are in the Coven may have seen these before. It was actually a Coven member that designed these and developed these for me. So these are custom sigils, and basically, I can't show you with my phone right now, but there's a chip inside of each one of these, and you hold it up to your phone and it will tell you what the message is that you've attracted to yourself, and also give you a ritual to complete. So you'll be sent one of these randomly. I'm just going to pick a random one. And I don't even really remember what these stand for, so I'll just pick a random one, and that will be sent to you in the mail. And this is a type of kind of divination support where you attract the messages, the threads that you need in your life. So I'll be giving one of these away every single day, and they're going to come inside of a little surprise box as well with some more goodies. And in order to win one of these, just tag me on social, Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Tag me with a snippet, a quote from today, something that resonated from this workshop, whatever you feel. And then your name will go into the draw, and we will draw that tomorrow morning. So we are together for the next 5 days, and I'm going to be taking you through some new layers of the relationship with money that really has only become clear to me in the last year, as well as the commands of the dragon. So we'll be reviewing those. And then on day 5, we're going to have a Zoom call together. So it's not going to be in the group, it's going to be on Zoom. I'll make sure you get the link for that as well. And that one will be a Q&A call, and it will be an invocation party as well. So you'll have a chance to ask your questions, but of course, if you have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I can go through all of these. Okay, let me just look at what you guys wrote here. To stay in the playfulness while I earn more. Beautiful. Receive and keep and overflow. Love it. All of the above. Keep expanding my income with overflow. Earning money fun. Yes. Calibrating to making tons of money effortlessly with trading without the fears and FOMO I've had before. Beautiful. High stream of flow and income consistency. No, there's a mix. There's some COVID members, and then we got some new people in here as well. To be in flow, to create and receive financial abundance. Tune into the vibration of money on a daily basis so that I am able to attract more money. Beautiful. We're on the same page, my friends. Oh, can you see me? There we go. Oh, I thought it was cut off. Never mind. We're on the same page, my friends. This is what my relationship with money looks like nowadays. It is one where there is a lot of surrender. There is a lot of trust. There is a lot of ease in how I earn and receive money. And there is a lot of flow and play, meaning when I am in those states, sorry, I think the postman's at the door and my dog's gonna go off. When I am in these states, I make the most money. I attract the most money. And this relationship that I have with money, this safe, loving, trusting relationship, playfulness with money, is one that I have come to understand is my body of work to share to the world. It's literally my purpose here is to help others make this calibration, make this shift. Because to me, money is here to support the expansion of our desires. So it is very much a spiritual thing. And I know that may sound abrasive to some people, because many of us have grown up desiring money, in lack, in scarcity of money, going into a lot of frustration or reds around money, and it may not feel like money is something conducive to the expansion of spirituality or human consciousness. But I'm going to guide you through the next 5 days and help you to understand how not only are you deserving of what you desire, not only can you create what you desire financially, but it is absolutely connected to your own well-being. Absolutely. And My relationship now that I have with money is something that has taken me, it's been an evolution throughout my life. It's shifted so much. I certainly did not grow up with these beliefs or these ideas or this perspective about money. I, like many of you guys, grew up with hardworking middle class parents that worked overtime but had very, very little to show for. We did not have money growing up. We lived in these tiny apartment blocks where the hallways just stank of the garbage chute. There was cockroaches all over the kitchen. And when I lived with my mom, we were really flatting, and all three of us staying in one bedroom with flatmates in the house, other flatmates. So there was not a lot of money growing up, and I remember feeling the anxiety of my parents every time a bill would come in. I remember hearing the conversations of corrupt governments and the injustice of taxes, and this real sense that money was a big source of suffering for humanity. I was told that in order to have a good life, I'm going to need money. Well, I was told two different stories. My mom was really like, money is not the point of life. You don't need any. Basically almost discounting it. And then my father was very much the other side, where he would say, you're going to need money if you want to have any kind of decent life. And if you want to earn money, you got to get good grades, go, graduate, get a good job, work really hard, and then retire when you're older. Most of us are fed this narrative about money. Let me know if that's something that you also heard growing up. So when I was younger, I had a real antagonistic relationship with money. It was something where I was resentful of it, afraid of it even, but I obsessed over it. I desired it. Because even as I was little and growing up, I could see how people with money were treated differently. I could see how money gave us a power, independence. I could see how the experiences were different for those who had money. And I really value independence. I've been pretty much a hermit my whole life. I struggle to live with people. And I've always struggled to live with my parents for as long as I remember. I knew I wanted to move out. I moved out when I was very, very young, 14 years old. As soon as I was legally allowed to drop out of school, I did. And I saw money as a way for me to obtain this independence. But my first relationship with money at 14 was one that was very much based off sacrifice, because of these narratives that I had been told. Work hard. Money doesn't grow on trees. You need to sacrifice. You need to hustle, hustle, hustle. So for the most part of my teens and 20s, the relationship that I had with money was one where I saw it as a force that was completely opposite to love. An opposing force that conflicted directly with love. I saw it as something that was necessary for my survival, for my expansion, but I also sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed physically, I sacrificed mentally, I sacrificed time, I sacrificed even my integrity. And it was this sort of like difficult relationship where I wanted it, but it felt hard. And even when I was earning it, it was just always leaving my life. And I just never really thought that I would be somebody who would be able to make money. Honestly, I really wanted it, but I never really believed that I would be somebody who could make it. I thought you needed connections, a rich uncle, backstabbing people, all of these things. So as I started to grow my business and get into the entrepreneurial space, this relationship continued, and I quickly led myself into burnout a few years ago. I was operating in overwhelm and burnout for many, many years. There were periods where this was not the case, and in those periods is when I made the most money. So I came to this realization right before Money Magic last year, where I was really trying to dissect. I had a new business, Flow Protocols. It was less than a year old. And I was trying to figure out, how do I make this big money that I did in my last company? My last company hit eight figures. Some months I had a $300,000 salary. It was the kind of money that just changes your life. And at that time, the company was doing really, really well. I started to grow the business, grow the team, and then somewhere along the lines, things started to plateau and actually go downhill. And that led to burnout, overwhelm. I left the whole thing on the back of a mental breakdown, and then took some time off, recalibrated to a space of well-being, and started to reevaluate my beliefs around money. And there was a huge moment of realization, because I kept comparing myself to my last company. How come, I have more experience now, I feel more aligned with what I'm creating, I should be able to make this kind of money that I did in the last company. What is going on? What's not working? And there were some big realizations that took place around that really started to shift the way that I operate and work with money in my life. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, I want this to be very, very clear, okay, guys? I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you to see I was a high school dropout. I did not come from money. I did not have a silver spoon in my mouth. There's no way. And some of you guys might argue as as I share these ideas, well, you have a big audience, you have a big email list, you have a big following. Of course, you can make money now. It's easier, it's different for you. And what I want to say to that is that when I started to make big money in my company, I had, I think, like 300 people following me on Facebook. Nobody knew who I was. I did not have a big email list at all. So all of that to share with you guys, those are not conditions. You don't need to have a big following. You don't need to have a big audience or email list or any of these things to make the kind of money that you're desiring at all. And I've been through almost every kind of financial relationship that there is. There's still so much for me to explore and expand into, but I've been financially dependent. I've been financially independent. I've sacrificed and burned out and hustled for money. I have been an office worker, so I actually had a 9-to-5 for a little bit of time, getting the paychecks. I've been a freelancer working with clients and just spinning my wheels on the spot, never really getting anywhere. I've had a really successful company with a really big team and huge overheads. And I've also had a successful company with low maintenance, low overheads, higher margins. So I've experienced so much of that spectrum of money, and it is my intention to help you calibrate to this vibration and this relationship that I have now found with money in my life. So no matter where you are in your journey, is what I want to say, no matter if you have $0 in your bank account, or even if you're in negative right now, or you have a lot of money in your bank account, or you're making a big shift in your career, or you're trying to start something new or a new pivot, this is going to apply regardless where you are. And it's going to allow you to fast track what took me almost a lifetime to get to. A lifetime of experience to come to this place of realization of money. And the moment I started to make those shifts in my life, I started to experience something very, very different. I need to turn this heater off. I'm so sorry. I'm going to roast to death. There we go. So What is money? Tell me, what is money? What do you guys think money is? Because if we're going to be working with money, it's important for us to define what money is. My mom's passing. Get back in flow with money after my mom's passing and dad's terminal illness diagnosis over the last 4 months. Sending you so many good vibes, Deb. And that is a beautiful intention of yours to get back in flow. Yes, you need to work very, very hard. Earning money is very hard. Money is hard. Yeah, so many. Everything shifted in the last Money Magic. Yes. Yes, the last Money Magic, we really looked at how to think about our money and how to spend and receive money. And those simple shifts have really, really big impact. I'm going to be adding to that conversation in this masterclass, because when I did the first Money Magic, so here's what happened with the first Money Magic. I connected to these commands, so to speak, and there was such a download within my body when I realized the difference between when I was making a lot of money in my company and this new business was really about how I was thinking about my money. So when I made that shift, suddenly everything started to pick up in my business. I didn't change any strategies. I didn't launch new ads. There was nothing inherently different about what I was doing except my own beliefs, my own perspectives, my own vibration. And then I started to attract a lot of abundance. And it wasn't just from my business. And this is something that I want you guys to also recognize, is that while many of you guys may come to experience money flowing in, especially over these next 5 days, and as you continue to integrate these, and it is likely that those come from your career or your business. So maybe you get a pay rise or a new client, because those are a path of least resistance. Money can come from any direction, and I've seen the wildest things go down in here where people are just attracting random rebates. I've had someone in the last masterclass who had applied for a fund for business, had never heard anything back, and then suddenly, boof, everything was approved. We've had people finding money. We've had people get tax rebates. We've had people have other people give them stuff for free, which is a form of that value exchange, right? So it can come in any direction. And what I want you guys to do is to softly begin to surrender to this idea that it's not just going to be your business or your career. Money will show up in many, many ways. I'll give you an example of this in my life recently. My daughter's bedroom needs new Venetian blinds because the old ones were really munted looking. They were kind of like falling off the rack. So I went online and I started to get some quotes for this, and I saw that it was going to cost $1,700 to get these new blinds because there's 2 big windows in her room. So I set the intention, okay, I'm going to get this done.